Public meeting is now called to order. Any committee reports?
No?
No?
No.
Mail, phone
No.
messages,
No?
public inquiries?
Yes. Want to step forward, please?
Good evening. My name's Dan Proudy, and back in, the date, right?
Can you speak up a little, sir?
Oh, sure, okay.
Thank you. Some of the people in the audience can't hear you.
All right, we want everybody to hear this. Back in April of 1985, the planning board accepted a plan for Wamsutter Estates, that's over by Buffinville. And when I did this, they insisted I give them 2 open areas, which wasn't a problem. It's down along the reservoir, under the floodplain. So then when the road was finished, was signed off, I came back to the planning board, and, well, they had insisted I give it to the Conservation Commission. But they accepted the road, and then I went to the Conservation Commission back then, and they said, we don't want it. So then you had a land trust at one time, and they wanted it, providing I give them a big endowment, and I didn't want to do that. But anyway, some of the abutters would like to buy this, and I get it for free. Anyway, I'm tired of paying taxes for it over 30 years, so I'll show you this plan. It's open area A and open area B. And they're about, I think it says on the plan, they're both about 10 acres. But when you see the plan, you're going to see there's a line there. That is the flood easement. So when Buffinville gets high, they have the right to flood over this. That's another reason why no one wanted it. But anyway, what I'm asking is if it's the pleasure or the displeasure of the Conservation Commission not to want this land, I'd just like to get it released so I can transfer it to someone else. Because on the, at the Registry of Deeds, it still says what you see in the plan, open area A, open area B, and it says to be deeded to the Conservation Commission.
So, but the commission never accepted, so how is it deeded to the Conservation Commission?
No, it's to be deeded.
Oh, I see.
So when you said no back then, I said, okay.
Okay.
And then I've had it all these years, and
So what,
every year I'd get the tax bills, and then,
okay.
well, recently, someone thinks it's worth $50,000 a lot or something,
So
so
then
it
the
stings a
commission,
little
I'll
now.
say that the commission would make a motion to go back to the decision you made then, not accepting the land, and I will issue a letter confirming that, so that letter will be enough for you?
Yeah, well, it would probably have to be certified, so I can record it at the Registry of Deeds.
What
But
are
we
these-
don't certify, we will give you the letter.
What are these lots gonna be used for?
Well, just,
They're
they're
unbuildable.
unbuildable.
They can
That's
be
what I'm
built.
getting
yeah,
at.
Yeah.
they're always
Yeah.
gonna be green space,
Okay,
Yeah.
an
that's
open
fine.
space.
It's just
because-
we can't maintain and we have the
How
responsibility
how
to
come
do
the
that.
town didn't want it back then, or conservation?
Well, someone had given them a piece of land, and it became a pain in the neck. Remember the little old lady that we had for the clerk back then? Eunice, was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Her and her
yeah,
husband are on the board.
yeah, that's right. So they were always getting calls about this, and they said, we're never gonna do this again. And basically, the planning board didn't say, we'll take it, we'll give it to the conservation, without even asking them, So, if you'd like, why don't you pass this around so you can see the plan?
Where's the lots?
Yeah, here's off of Nichols Lane, there's a 60 feet of frontage, and it goes there. Here's the flood line. And then this one here is up probably 80% down. There's a, I don't know if you've ever been in, there's a boathouse right there. It's in that
So
back.
2 lots is here and here?
Yeah.
All right, want to see if I can.
This one of these, and this one here. Is this something
Release
that
the
you
land?
No, it's
might
not,
still
has never
consider
been,
doing
Oh.
to conservation?
we're not, yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot of upkeeping, we don't have the,
well, there is a liability the
A
town would have
liability
to
the town
insure
doesn't
it.
wanna accept
Like
it.
I always had to do it, but.
not then, not now.
It's nothing I'd like to see.
Right,
I
so
don't know if conservation could.
Where
Because-
we cannot be develop, we don't have means in, for upkeeping or developing anything there, so.
I think some neighbors would like it, just because when you're on a piece of land like that, and, you know, people at Buffinville, you know, they go right into people's
Yep,
backyard, they
yep,
think it's
they
part of the park,
trespass,
you
yeah.
know, so if the neighbors, you know, if the neighbors took it,
So
they could
that's the floodline?
put a no trespassing
Potential
sign up,
floodline?
Yeah.
and monitor the no trespassing.
I know.
It's acted on it since 85?
Oh, yeah.
So I would recommend a motion to, not accept.
Release the,
Well,
Well, I
it
can't
ca-
say release because has never been accepted,
So
Okay.
not accept it.
to not accept the properties
I need a
as
motion.
conservation,
A motion to not accept these two parcels.
the two parcels.
and a second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, I just
The
like,
ayes have it.
I just like to
I
add.
will work on the wording for the letter and then see what the next steps are.
Okay, I'll have my attorney do that, okay?
Yeah,
And then if Rose is gonna sign off at the clerk, it just has to be notarized because you can't,
does the clerk notarize?
yeah, she could do it.
Yeah, yep.
So all it is, that way it can be recorded in the registry of
Yeah, the
deeds.
commission will sign once the letter is typed up. I'll give it to them and four of the members will sign.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right,
very
yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Are we approving any minutes?
Yes,
I need a motion then to approve the meetings.
March
of
27th.
And April 10th of 24.
Make a motion to approve the March 27th and April 10th, 2024 minutes.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Jump in there.
Issue of permits.
Yes, I just need the motion to issue the permit for 12 Dresser Hill Road that we closed on the last public hearing.
I need a motion.
So made.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 6 Gale Road. Who's on?
Is anyone here for 6 Gale Road?
Hi guys,
Hi, Andrew.
Zillow from Gothic Consulting's on Zoom.
You're not in your car today.
All right. No, you get me in an office setting today. Or, can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, so, as you'll remember, I did call into the last meeting, after a new site plan was submitted for the property, and I briefly ran the commission through some of the changes that we were proposing. At that point, it was a recently submitted site plan, and we still had a lot more information to submit. So tonight I am back now that everything has been officially submitted to run us through, in more detail. So, a full revised submittal was given, both to the commission and to the DEP, regional office for the full submittal here. The revised site plans, there was a revised WPA form, new project narratives, as well as wetland replication and mitigation plans, which I'm happy to run through here to run through the project changes. As you'll see on my screen here, similar to what I showed last week, was the original plan that you guys would have had submitted back in March of 2023, when the proposed subdivision here was first proposing to add a second shared driveway in and cross over the wetlands. The project originally proposed about 1,340 square feet of wetland fill, and the main reason was that there was already 2 houses on the existing shared driveway, so the applicants were under the impression that they would have to have a new shared driveway come in. On December 27th of 2023, the zoning board gave them their variance for a shared driveway to service all 4 lots. And so since then, we've been going through a lot of redesign, and these are the plans that you guys would have had submitted before the last meeting. The best one to see here will be right here. So, since the last meeting, what we've done is break down everything that was revised from the project, from the original submittal, and talk about the differences that we have added since. And so what we had done was a new delineation of the site for some portions. You'll see that the first plan that we originally submitted, as it was only for a driveway crossing, took my first wetland line here and stopped at this culvert and just delineated what was around the proposed driveway. Since then, we've done the remainder of the site to make sure that the full subdivision and all the work that we need here was fully accounted for. And so a new delineation has been added to take the remaining BBW off-site to show the full movement of water through the site. We also identified an isolated wetland behind the existing property at 10 Gale Road. Although not jurisdictional under the Wetland Protection Act, we delineated the isolated wetland, identified it, and just made sure that the project avoided it with any proposed work, just as an effort to account for it and avoid it. And so at the last meeting, when these plans were first produced, I had come to the commission to explain that with the issuance of that variance, the project was able to be redesigned with significantly decreased impacts to the wetlands on the property. Now, instead of the 1,340 square feet that was proposed when we needed an additional driveway crossing, we can now get that all the way down to 141 square feet. By using the existing shared driveway that currently services 6 and 10 Gale Road, it's currently about 12 feet in width. It needs to be expanded to 18 feet to do this. But what that does is it only requires 141 square feet of fill now, which is a reduction of 1,199 from the original project. You'll see that on my cursor here. The existing driveway is 12 feet in width. We have to widen it to 18, which means that the culvert has to be expanded slightly for a little bit of wetland fill there. And so at the last meeting, I had identified 3 areas on the property where either ourselves or way back early on in the project, when we were still working with the previous agent, would have identified as mitigation and replication opportunities. That would be, there's a 142 square foot fill pile up in the wetlands up here. We expect that was there during the old driveway construction. It's just a raised elevation. We have an old crossing here back when this was more of a homestead style. You'll notice that the flags go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in this area right here, and then there's a break in between from 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a stone crossing that was piped over, riprap was added on top, and it made sort of a cart path that entered the site. Because this wetland system naturally drips downhill under the driveway, that was identified as an area where, with any project, it should be daylit, planted, created as more of a continuous wetland system over there. And then we identified old fill piles on the edge of the wetlands, in the uplands, but right on the edge, that measured about 880 square feet. So when I first came to you guys at the last meeting, I was discussing the opportunities of what we could do with these areas. Since then, we have submitted actual replication and mitigation plans with planting plans to meet all of the criteria. So what we first proposed with those fill piles at 880 square feet is to use those as the wetland replication for the project. So the project fills 141 square feet for the necessary driveway expansion. If we were to use all 880 square feet of these fill piles, remove them from the site, bring it back to the natural grade of the wetlands, and plant with wetland plants, that gives us 880 square feet, which is about a 6-to-1 ratio of replication to fill. Typically, we try and go at least 2-to-1 in these situations to make sure that we're leaving this in a net benefit. But with such an area like this, it makes the most sense to remove all of the fill piles and make sure this results in as much mitigation as possible over here. So we submitted full protocols for a wetland scientist being on site to monitor all of the work over here, to excavate this down to the grade matching the existing wetland flags, and to plant it and seed it with New England Wetland Plants wet mix and a mix of native shrubs and trees that are found already within the wetland systems on site. We also proposed to daylight and seed the full crossing that is not being impacted with the driveway expansion. The driveway expansion ends around my cursor here, and the remainder of it would stop at that riprap crossing. The mitigation plan that you guys received calls for the removal of all of the riprap that is over this area, all of the old pipes that are no longer functional, that have the water flowing underground, and to bring this back up to a natural drainage system that would see water at the surface. And we would be seeding that with the New England Wetland Plants wet mix that would create a natural barrier of sedges, wildflowers. Normally, the herbaceous vegetation you would see along stream in an area like this. And then we also propose to remove that 142 square foot fill pile up against the existing driveway. This we did not count in the replication itself, although it technically is a fill pile within the wetlands. when the delineation was performed, it took the line and did not include or go around that, just because it's such a small size. And so in a situation like this, we would just call this wetland restoration instead of wetland replication. So we did not add that into our ratio, but we're including that to also be removed for the ferns and vegetation on it to be reused and replanted in it, and then to be seeded afterwards as wetland restoration. And so what we've done now is submitted full mitigation plans for the decreased impacts that the new project design was able to get us. This has all gone to the commission and to DEP. As far as tonight's meeting goes, DEP has not yet issued a file number. This was only given to them last Thursday night, so it's gonna take them some time to review it. This project does not have a file number yet, but as of now, it's been fully redesigned, and we finally have all of our revised materials in to both the commission and the state.
Anybody on the board have any questions?
Thank you, Andrew. Can you just make sure I have those hard copies sent to the office before our
Yes,
next meeting?
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Just-
Appreciated all the revisions, and we'll continue if there's no questions to
Does
July
anybody in the
17th.
audience have any questions? I need a motion to continue the hearing.
Motion to continue.
July 17th at 7 PM.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you, Andrew.
28 Curtis Hill Road.
Have a
and
good
New
night.
Spencer Road.
We'll be continuing it to
I
July
need a motion to
17th.
continue.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Lot 2, Southbridge Road.
We'll be continuing to July 17th.
I need a motion to continue the hearing.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Lot 3, Southbridge Road.
Continue.
I need a motion to continue.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 16 Sturbridge Road.
We'll be continuing to July 17th.
I need a motion to
Motion to
continue.
continue.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 288 Southbridge Road.
Is anyone there for 288 Southbridge Road? We'll be continuing to July 17th.
I need a motion to continue.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 241 Sturbridge Road.
I have, will be presented.
Oh,
We're on a roll.
Is Haley there? I don't know if it's John or Haley will be presenting it.
I see John Perry up there.
Hey, everyone, John Perry here. Also, Bill Hamel and Lee Carlton are on for GFI as the applicant.
Yep. I don't actually, yes, is Haley there or no?
Haley, I believe, has something come up, so
Okay.
Lee for representing the applicant.
I honestly have, don't really need a presentation. We were waiting for the response to DEP comments, which have all been addressed. I don't have any concerns at all with the project. I'll recommend to close the hearing, issuing the order of conditions.
You all set to close?
I don't
Any-
know if there's any butters.
Oh, I'm sorry, anybody on the board have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions? If not, I need a motion to close the hearing with an order of conditions.
Motion to close the hearing with an order of conditions.
Second?
Second.
All opposed?
Approved.
Ayes have it.
Approved.
That was it. Thank you, John.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you.
So.
2 East Bayless Road.
Jay's coming out to present that one.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
The last hearing we continued, we didn't, I think we had a DEP number, we were waiting on the stormwater to be reviewed, correct? Do we have a
True.
DEP number? Yeah.
Yep.
So we did get back the stormwater, review and a couple minor changes that we did make on the plan, mostly just some additional details. And other than that, I think it was just waiting on the stormwater.
Which has been addressed. So I'll be recommending close the hearing, issuing the order of conditions.
Does anybody on the board have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions? I need a motion to close the hearing with an order of
And issue the
conditions.
order of conditions.
Motion to close the hearing on order conditions.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. L. Stevens Road, 0 L. Stevens Road.
I didn't hear her response yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting on some feedback with DEP on that one, so that's a,
Continue hearing.
Will be
I need a
continued.
motion to continue the hearing.
Motion to continue.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Putnam Road, Oxford Road.
Is it for you?
yeah, the others two. Should I wait, or?
For the others, oh, he was here, I told him we'll just be continue. Don't need to. Do you wanna open it? I can just open and continue. Yeah, okay, all right.
We're continuing this, right?
I'm sorry, did you say,
Yeah, she did. She said Putnam Road, Oxford Road.
yes,
This is Putnam Road and Oxford Road.
correct.
I need a motion to close the hearing. I'm not
No.
close to continue the hearing.
Motion to continue.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Lot 6, Boucher Drive.
Yep, I have someone presenting the project.
Evening.
Mary Tinto, Three Oaks Environmental. We received revised plans today, and I know Rose said that I need to also send them along to Graves Engineering, but I want to at least open the hearing
Oh, of course.
and let you know a little bit about the
Is that the
project.
one that you revised per his
Yes.
comments?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I could get, because it literally, we just got the
It
comments.
just
in,
came up. Yeah,
and,
I understand, and I appreciate that.
It
Thank you.
staples, doesn't rush anything, so
No.
I tried.
So why don't we start with the project itself? We'll run through the wetlands and
Yes, and Liz is on the
to go through
Zoom,
the
or
stormwater.
whatever it is.
Yep. Hi, Liz.
Hello.
All right, go ahead.
All right, it's a single-family house that's being constructed, septic system outside of the buffer zone. All that's needed is a crossing of the wetland. It's the very upper portion of this wetland, the adjacent lot up the hill has been constructed. There's a driveway over the wetland there and two 12-inch culverts underneath that driveway that are actually directed in this direction. It's wetland, no stream crossing in that area. There are drainage patterns through the wetland, but no defined channel. I delineated the wetland, there's a wetlands report in the file, and we're proposing, it's 440 square feet of alteration of wetland in that area. And the replication area is proposed right alongside the wetland between flags A10 and A13. Happens to be an area that's, has lots of invasives, there's multiflora rows, it's very difficult getting in there, and Asian bittersweet and that kind of stuff. So the groundwater is 10 to 12 inches below the surface in that replication area, so by taking it down and removing those invasives and taking the wetland soil from the crossing and putting it in there, it should be sufficient. There should be a great seed bed in there anyway, but we're proposing to put in is a plant list, some bare root shrubs of, they're on here somewhere, winterberry, holly, and,
It's
and-
okay, I have
yeah,
one plan.
and 3 red maples, 10 shrubs, 3 red maples, and
These are all
some
really-
ferns. It's potentially, we can remove the ferns from where the crossing is and use those. If not, I'll get potted,
You want.
10 potted cinnamon fern, sensitive fern. Oh, I've had good luck with those ferns
They take it easier.
establishing, they'll
Yeah.
take off.
We're gonna continue this, correct?
We're still gonna go over,
Oh, okay.
There are
thank you.
3 12-inch culverts proposed on the revised plan, from what I was seeing today. And there is stormwater associated with the house, dry well. There's also infiltration proposed. to handle stormwater. There is actually no stormwater leaving the site that doesn't leave the site now. So everything gets infiltrated, the soils are great there for infiltration purposes, and anything that flows down towards the wetland now will continue to flow that way across the site. But the stormwater off of the impervious surfaces will be infiltrated entirely up to the 100-year storm. So there's nothing, no excessive stormwater impacts from this project. And it has gone through Graves already, and there's a couple of minor details, and Liz can speak to that further. For example, there's a requirement for 25-year flood calculations or stormwater calculations, and those are typically used when you're designing a subdivision for structures that are in the roadway. The catch basins, the piping are typically designed for the 25-year storm. That doesn't typically apply to single-family homes and rooftop.
Do you know which comment that was?
Liz would know. She has the comment list in front of her. Liz?
Yeah, so I think it was number 5.
So did you show the pre and post-development, not for the 25-year storm events though, but have you shown, is it for less than that?
So I believe it was for less than that. And I guess part of my concern is that some of the comments that came through regarding the stormwater just seem a little bit like beyond the scope of a single-family lot. Like, for instance, this 25-year storm event, which
Right, so
is
that's,
normal
that,
design for a major drainage system and a stormwater piping system for a roadway.
that's why I asked, but you did provide the runoff.
Physical aspects of the plan, you can actually see the calculations work for the amount of water that is going to be infiltrated. So I was just, wanting to bring it to the attention of the commission too, because we are starting to do some work in town with residential properties and single-family homes, and it seems like we're applying the maximum extent of the stormwater regulations that are used for large tracts of lands for very small single-family home lots. And it's an extraordinary expense and time for the customer. And I just want to bring it to everyone's attention and maybe take a look at it. It's new for everyone. It's new for us. It's new for you. And maybe something, maybe a closer look could be made just for future projects and for future considerations.
Right, I just want to clarify that they're not, we're not enforcing for single-family homes, all of them, only single-family homes that are part of a larger plan of development like a A&R that disturbs more than 1 acre. So we don't enforce stormwater regulations on single-family homes that are not part of either subdivision or A&R. So, but it is being stressful to everyone in town. It has been costly for every development contractors. We are trying to work with everyone, so that's why I asked the question, did you provide the pre and post development rate for this project, but not, but,
25-year.
right, and that's fine, I'm just, what is it that you provided, that was my question.
I would have to defer actually to my PE.
That's fine, and that's okay, yeah, so,
The 130-page report.
yeah, I didn't know. And I know you just got the comments yesterday, you haven't had the time to address them all, but,
Well, we did receive them yesterday, and we did everything we could to address everything that we could.
Yep.
Which was, we have updated the plans on a number of these comments. Unfortunately, the stormwater piece is kind of hanging out there, like we did a major stormwater, system here with a 100-page report, and there's not a drop of water that's gonna leave this property, yet we have 25 comments, that we have to address, maybe a third of them I was able to, they were just small details,
Yep,
number was out here, or a detail need is there, but
yep,
it's just kind of takes my breath away that there's just so much involved on a single-family home lot. and, such an expense to the client.
Yeah, I understand that. Would you be able to tell me which ones were not addressed?
3, 4, 5, 6.
We're not, right, Liz?
They were not,
Yes, not,
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21.
I lost.
Oh, 11 through,
And again, I mean, we got the,
18.
we got the
18
review
was addressed.
yesterday,
Yeah, oh,
you know.
I wasn't
It's not that-
expecting
it's not
you-
that we weren't intending to.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
it. Address them some way about it.
yeah, I wasn't expecting,
Yep. For
it
for
being
example, yeah,
addressed.
the infiltration basin has been changed from being compacted to being loamed and seeded.
Which comment is that?
That is 18, and I think
Okay.
18
Okay,
and 22.
so
those
that
have
was
been changed.
addressed? Okay,
Yeah, which would then further address, like, that 25-year consideration, because
Yeah.
then now everything is infiltrating,
okay,
And
you know.
there were corrections on numbers on the sheets. Number 23 was corrected, 24 was corrected.
22.
I don't know, 25.
As far as corrections go, yeah,
Yeah.
1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, three is actually in there too, Liz.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, Mark's there.
Hi.
All right.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry,
well,
just jumped on
maybe you
late.
can
I
answer
just
some of the
wasn't in the
stormwater questions, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, I just jumped on, but 3 was addressed, 4 doesn't really need to be addressed, 5 with 25-year storm.
so what was provided though if it wasn't 25-year? That was my question.
2, 10, and 100.
Yeah,
That's
Gen-
sufficient for
generally,
me.
yeah.
Generally, we evaluate the 25-year storm. for
Yeah,
drainage
so
structures,
you
piping,
can
drainage
count that
capacity.
as addressed.
Okay.
So, the recuperations, retain. Are you retaining equivalent of 1 inch of runoff?
The whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, so why does he have a comment on the suspended soils then? Oh, the calculations have not been provided, that's what he's saying. On number 6,
I'm looking that up right now.
Yep.
They should be in the stormwater report.
It should be there.
I think
I think it's on like the 3rd page, I'll pull that up now.
I think GP had that same comment, didn't it?
I responded to, was it Kim's comments? Was it Kim or Rebecca?
Kim?
Kim. I did respond to her comments.
Two minutes. Liz, what was the total area of land disturbance? He's saying it's not stated on the plans. I think you gave me that.
The no disturb zone is there now.
Say it again?
The no disturb zone, the 25-foot.
Oh, no,
is
the
on plan now, the
total,
one I sent over today.
On the total is
No.
up in the corner of the new plan.
is it on the corner? Okay. Perfect.
Is the total alteration of the
Yes.
land?
Yeah, okay.
Top right.
It's just little.
Yeah, DEP just asked about TSS removal.
So,
Yes, but-
were the calculations provided for the TSS removal? No, for the 90% of total suspended solids?
DEP said 80%, but.
That's in
Number 6.
standard 6. Trying to point to it, what page it's on.
Oh,
One
okay, in your
second.
report.
It's, appendix D, or section D, the TSS removal spreadsheet.
Okay, it's there.
We have, with the sediment forebay and the infiltration basin, we have 85% TSS removal.
Okay, so you can consider that then, addressed. So 10 erosion control barriers needs to be extended. Was that not addressed on the new plan?
That was, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go to drainage. 11.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the references are to ponds, and catchment areas.
Yeah, the pond in the calculation, I think I just used the generic elevation to model the volume of the pond. So it's routed correctly. The elevations might not match exactly, but the model is routed correctly, so that shouldn't make a difference. But that can be easily changed.
Can you do that? Can you make that change?
Yeah, that will have no impact on the calculations. Yep.
Okay. 12. I'm trying to close the hearing for them, so just gonna take a few more minutes.
Yeah, it's such a small site, I think I used a 5-minute minimum for a time of concentration.
Okay. So what can you use?
Increase it to 6 minutes.
Can you increase it to,
Yeah, it basically an increase of 1 minute.
is that something can be done?
Yeah, that can be done within the stormwater model, absolutely.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, the 13 is just, it's modeled correctly, the elevations might not exactly match, but everything is routed correctly, so that
So
won't change
it's
the
the
outcome.
same as the 11th? So when you
Yep.
change 11, you automatically will be changed 13 and the 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so the 14,
14, you said?
yeah,
Yeah, 14 is already in there. We've, that is in the beginning part of the report.
okay.
We size it's in section A in the report. Section A, and it's, section A under standard 3.
Okay,
And then under standard 4, same section, standard 4, we have the sizing for the sediment forebay.
okay. Did you add the construction detail for the basin?
I believe Liz did, yes. She can confirm that.
Liz, number 15, that you said that was not addressed, but is that something that you will be,
I will double
Oh.
check, it might be on there.
Yeah, I think the spillway detail is right on there as part of your, your
sorry,
plan.
I'm looking at a very tiny point, so it's hard for me to see the details.
This is the bigger one. Is it on the first one? Driveway. To the trench.
Yeah, so if we take 15, 16, and 17
Basin.
together,
Right,
I mean, these are comments that are generally apply to like a very large basin that treats a subdivision roadway. You know, we're just talking about a very small rain garden here.
I
or
agree.
Infiltration basin, so you know, I don't know that we need this level of construction effort to have this thing function.
We have one.
can you
For
just
example,
clarify the size of the basin, please?
Size, that's in section A. 1 second. It is just under 100 cubic feet. Oh, that's the chamber, sorry, Jeremy. 2,000 cubic feet.
Under it? Okay, so you can consider 15, 16, and 17 addressed.
Thank you.
19,
Yeah, 19 is similar to 15, 16, and 17. I mean, you would do a drawdown calculation for a very large basin. This is certainly gonna drain within 72 hours. It's a very small depression.
And the sediment for a bay in size, he's saying that you have not provided that? I thought I saw that.
Yeah, that's in section A as well. It's a roughly 1/10 the size of the basin itself. I can get that for you.
Okay. I am taking,
Under, yeah, it's in section A under standard 4,
okay.
56.3 cubic feet.
Number 21.
The curve number.
Just the curve
Oh,
number.
yeah, the curve number, yeah, I used Woods Fair. I mean, it used to be an agricultural field, so I thought it was appropriate in this setting, but.
Yeah,
There's a
Yeah,
little
we
bit of
certainly
woods
look
on the
at-
site, but not much, so, you know, there's a strip along the wetland.
Yeah,
And then there's a strip up the backyard that separates the 2 yards. So it's
that's
con-
acceptable. Consider that addressed. So now 25 and 26.
25, I think it's so small, I don't know that we need that because everything is a 2-foot contour.
So did you label on the plan? Is it labeled?
I did put them in. I did
Okay.
put them in.
That's a
25.
easy fix. And,
Oh, 20, sorry, 26 is what went in. I missed 25.
okay,
Oh, no, both of those were done, I'm sorry. Those were both done. Yep, 25 and 26.
so if I can have those revisions to me the next few days that we discussed, and just pointing those sections A's that he comment on that, and just kind of give me a response to his comments directly, I'll be comfortable to close the hearing tonight, if the commission agrees.
Pending receipt,
Huh?
pending receipt.
Right.
Okay.
Anybody in the audience have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions? If not, I need a motion to close the hearing with an order of conditions.
I just can't issue it tonight.
Right, I
So
understand.
is the
We'll
applicant
get this
looking?
information.
Yeah, get that information to me. Is the applicant looking for the building permit? Is
He
this,
has to wait till you sign off on it, so.
so I
Yeah.
just, we're having clearly, where everybody knows the building code is changed July 1st. Everyone's very anxious, trying to get our permits issued. I'll be working with him if you'd like to let him know. If he files for his building permit, I'll be okay to sign off on that pending we issuing the permit July 17th. I'll not be holding the building application.
Okay.
If you would like to pass that along, so it kind of alleviates the
And Liz
anxiety.
and Mark heard that too, so.
I need a motion.
Just to close the hearing, but
Close the
we
hearing
wish
with
you
order
on the
conditions.
17th.
Motion to close the hearing with an order of conditions.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Sounds good?
Appreciate
All
your
right,
help.
thank you,
all.
everybody. Thank you. I'll be
Have a
waiting
good
for
night.
those responses. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good night. Nice seeing you.
Route 20, Amazon project.
Have a good night. Where are we? Hi, Paul. Hello.
See y'all again. Paul Martin with BSC Group. We filed a request for amendment of the order of conditions that was issued for the Route 20 widening work. If you remember, because of the Mass DOT requirement to add a turning lane into the Amazon facility, the road on the north side of Route 20 had to be extended. We had to add a culvert to accompany the additional lane and guardrail. And in the restoration work for the temporarily disturbed areas, the order of conditions had specified that the stone material from the bank and the stream bed that was going to be permanently be stockpiled and then be used to restore the stream bank in those temporarily disturbed areas. That was completed in late November, early December of 2023. And then over the course of the winter, we had some erosion event where that material turned out to be too small, and it was repositioned and lost. So probably late January, they filled the area that had eroded, put some stone in there, and then we laid 4 Jersey barriers on their side on the slope to hold it in position, while Langen Engineering did a hydraulic study of what kind of material and what would be the best option to create a stable bank that will last for 40, 50, 80 years, and not create future headaches for the Mass DOT. Certainly no one wants erosion to be happening. No one wants, in the future scenario, material washing down into the stream or into the culvert or whatever. Based on those calculations and that analysis, they determined that relatively large stone needed to be brought in, and it kind of contradicts the concept of using the native river rock material, and it creates more of an armored hard slope. And they also determined that the stream is making an 80-degree bend, not quite 90-degree bend, about 25, 30 feet up from the culvert, and you can see that it's been eroding away at the bank. There's one tree there that's undercut pretty severely and is probably gonna fall within the next 5 years or something. So we decided to extend this armoring up to that curve area as insurance, I guess, for the future erosion scenario. Even though that it does extend beyond the area that we had temporarily disturbed. So that ended up being about 25 linear feet of bank that's going to be kind of permanently altered with this new stone armoring. What we did was, if you remember, we do have a mitigation area on the west side of the stream, and for the original project, we had to create land underwater and bank. So we created a little backwater channel that gets fed off the stream to create the linear feet of bank and the land underwater. So all we did for this additional permanent impact was we made that longer and extend into the mitigation area. The mitigation area is relatively long because most of it is for BLSF flood storage compensation, not vegetated wetland or stream resource impact. So we have plenty of space to lengthen that and create the additional bank and land underwater. And so we're here now to get the order of conditions amended to accept this redesign of the eastern bank for that 25 feet upstream of the culvert.
Which is an enhancement to the, they had already done. So I have no concerns. I'm ready to close and issue the amended order.
Okay, so we need a order to,
A motion to issue the amended order of conditions.
I need a motion.
Make a motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, did you happen to have the full-size plans just for those two or no? The signed and stamped, remember that we talked about it?
We'll get Landon to produce those.
You didn't have, okay. I'll talk to you, because I want to issue it tomorrow. I needed this.
Yeah.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee. Have a good night.
Lot number 6, Schoolhouse Road.
Will be continued to July 17th. I see you, Paul.
Lot B1,
we
number
didn't-
6, Schoolhouse Road.
Need a motion.
Need a motion.
Continue, oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion, to continue hearing.
Motion to continue.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Second one, we're gonna continue also.
I'm
Lot
sorry.
6.
Lot
Lot B1,
Yeah,
yes.
B1, Schoolhouse Road,
Yes.
okay. I need a motion to continue hearing.
Motion to continue.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it. Lot 45, Jennings Road.
Yes. 45.
Hey.
Okay, come up, yes. So this is a single-family home, Jennings Drive subdivision. We just had, the original plans was submitted to the Board of Health and Building Department without the wetlands on the plan. So I requested an RDA just to file away with the wetlands, so I could go there and verify the boundaries. Boundaries were verified yesterday. I would recommend a motion to issue a negative determination.
I need a motion.
Motion made, negative.
Is there any order of conditions with it?
Negative determination with conditions.
With order of conditions.
With
yeah.
conditions.
With conditions, yes.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Lot 46 Jennings Road.
Same thing, they're outside the I confirmed the wetland boundaries yesterday, and they are outside the 100-foot buffer zone, so I would recommend a negative determination. If you wanna take a look.
Motion for negative
So
determination.
45.
Motion.
Second, all in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it.
Pretty simple, so
Yeah.
they're
Two things
over
up
100
on this.
feet.
Yep.
And you all set? Of course.
That's the easiest deal you ever did, right there.
I know.
You have good people working for the town.
Thank you. Yeah, nice seeing you.
Certificate of compliance, 268 Partridge Hill Road.
Yep, that was related to a boat ramp, deck, and retaining wall. I would recommend a complete certificate of compliance.
I need a motion.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. 19 Pylon Drive.
Related to a new single-family home, conducted site inspection yesterday as well. I would recommend a completed certificate of compliance.
I need a motion.
Where is Pineland? Is that,
Pine Lane is near South Charlton Reservoir, near the YMCA,
Camp
camp.
Oscar?
Yeah,
Somebody
Couldn't
make a
find
motion,
it.
I didn't hear it.
Peter
Second.
did.
drove around for
All in
5
favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it. 246 Worcester Road.
This is related maybe to a septic system. It was issued in 1990. I can't quite confirm if that what it was. We don't have a record what the order conditions was issued for, but it was back in 1999, so I would say it has been completed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It hasn't, and it's
I need a
never gonna.
motion.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
motion?
Second, all in
Second.
favor? All
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it. Extensions, 241 Sturbridge Road.
Recommend a 3-year extension for DP number 128-1824.
I need a motion.
Motion made to extend.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Enforcement, Freeman Road, parcel ID 59-B-4.4.
Listen to you. I brought this to the commission, I think, a previous meeting. I received a complaint of 3 being cut,
Yep.
possibly within the buffer. I went there twice, I did a site inspection. The trees are not under our jurisdiction. However, as I walked down
Uh-oh.
the trail,
Uh-oh.
I noticed violation of the wetlands there. Let me read. Wetland resource area had been impacted by ATV use, so they
Put a trail in?
put a trail
It ruts.
and goes right through the wetlands with the ATV and completely,
That's actually pretty common everywhere in town.
right, but it is still a violation because they are disturbing the wetlands. So I have I contacted GP because that was a first to me, like I have never dealt with ATV violations before, so they.
But who owns the ATV?
I don't have to ask that question because the property owners is responsible
Oh,
for the
okay, just-
violation,
yeah,
so,
all right.
yeah, whether they're doing it, somebody else is doing
Yeah.
it, I would assume it's the property owner because you would have to walk through his property in order to
Could you give
access.
a location on Freeman Road?
It's 128
Yeah,
Freeman
how-
Road.
How far up is that?
I couldn't
What-
tell you.
what's the name?
Wasn't really paying attention. The name of the applicant, of the
Yeah.
property owner,
Yeah.
Tony Williams.
Reeves.
So I have a enforcement order to be issued today, so I can send it to him so he can restore the wetland area and cease the use of the ATV in that area. Or he can try to permit it if he'd like to. He can file for a notice of intent and see if DP will allow him to permit it. one or the other. I mean, we don't have any objections as long as it's permittable.
That would make more sense.
I don't know how he would, but,
You need a motion on this, or you're just gonna send it?
no, we need a motion.
You need a motion to send the enforcement order?
No, I don't need a
Yeah.
motion, you're just gonna have to sign once we,
Okay.
finalize the meeting.
All
Yep.
right.
Anything else there?
Old and new business.
Oh, Jack Noack, you are up for reappointment.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Would you like please to be reappointed?
I said yes.
Oh, gee,
In my
thank you.
email.
Well, I know. I'd like to have a motion to reappoint Jackie Noack as the
I need
conservation
a
agent.
motion to appoint Jackie Noack.
gotta abstain.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I need a motion to
Mr.
appoint
O'Malley,
Tom
aye.
O'Malley.
Can we have a conference here?
Mr. O'Malley,
Motion to,
would you
Motion
like
to
to be
reappoint Mr.
reappointed for another 3 years?
More abuse.
This will be about 36 years.
for you.
Well,
Good for
Yeah.
you. Be part of your pension plan.
I know it, I should be getting a pension. All right, I'll accept it.
Are you getting paid more than us?
You betcha.
I will need a motion.
Motion, yeah.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion
you.
made.
Second, all in favor? All opposed?
We're out of here.
Thank you.